All right, so now on the front end, again, a very important part for a lot of cities and counties is ease of use. We talked about the guide and how it gathers information before they're ready, but now they're ready to apply. And now the value of the application portal comes in. Uh, so on the front end for that applicant, they have the ability of that guide, but now the guide transitions to the application portal and that intelligent application portal only sharing what's required for the applicant, right? Based on how they answered the question, based on their zoning, making it very easy for them to submit to you a complete application, which is vital. And we're hearing from a lot of people, they don't want incomplete applications where they have to chase down the applicant and they want an easy process where the resident doesn't have to call them for help. And that's what we have. So let's jump into it here. The applicant had their guide that they had been reviewing for a few days or weeks, but now they're ready to apply. They log back in, they have that information that they've been reviewing, and it's time to apply. And you can see Clariti identifies those places where they need to complete. And in this example, they need an elevation certificate, right? And we detail out what is required here. And for the individual, it's a very simple drag and drop to be able to load up their elevation certificate. And you can see that part is done. We come down to the application itself. We have what we call a form builder, which is kind of the latest and greatest way to collect the data. But differing from a lot of systems, Clariti is keeping track of mandatory fields that you need completed, and we will not let them submit their application with these mandatory fields left blank. And that could also be with, documents. So in this example, we need the property owner's name, we need the property owner's address, and you can see now we have 5 of 6 mandatory field. There's one more piece, but you'll also see that Clariti is filling in some of these parts of the application from your GIS layer. So we don't need to ask for the parcel number, and we don't need you to hunt it down after the fact. We include it. A great example is planned development area. What planned development area? Residents don't know, but that could be in your GIS layers that we pull in. That's valuable to you. We don't ask the same question twice. We already asked those 2 questions. So the final thing is this project description. You can see we're 6 of 6, so we can save our answers, and this part's done. Because we are hosted, the applicant can log out, go make dinner, log back in, and pick up where they left off. You've detailed the format of the format you need this plot plan in. And for them, again, simple drag and drop, and that's done. Same thing with engineering plans, simple drag and drop, and that's done. On the drainage plan now, this is the example of bringing in PDF documents to collect the information, right? There might be a county, state document that needs to be completed. Clariti autofills with information we already have from the application, but you can identify mandatory fields in red, again, that have to be completed before we allow them to submit. So here we are, 4 of 5. In the final mandatory field, once it's completed, Clariti says, hey, we have everything we need. Would you like to submit? And they do. And now they're in the submitted state of their application. Now I've separated out fees from this application, but just as easily, the fees could be included in a mandatory step. Some cities have, a application fee of $30, $60. And in this example, you can see we have kind of the total fees that other cities do. And those also can be paid online. And when they include their credit card information to pay you, when they finally submit and pay you, we do not save your credit card information, right? So you don't have to worry about having that within your system as well.